Hey guys, welcome back to the Hustlin' Horsepower YouTube channel. Guys, I appreciate everyone that likes and subscribes both to the Hustlin' Horsepower channel and to the Lady Gangster Racing channel. Maddy greatly appreciates it. I don't know exactly where she's going to toss some stuff into this video, but there's a little bit of like a 10-minute talk explaining some things and some things that we need four-post lift essentially, and possibly a camper because our house and stacker might be sold, the toter home. So we might need to find a camper, but maybe it's going to include some filler material here. Sorry guys, I'm coughing a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. I don't exactly know what Maddy's gonna toss into this video as far as intermediate stuff, but guys, I greatly appreciate that everyone supports Maddy and I, merchandise, whatever it may be, or just following along. Even if you follow along for whatever reason you do, I greatly appreciate it, and we would greatly appreciate all the positive comments and this and that. And once again, thank you to Turbo John for letting us use the Mustang. We're going to have some fun with that car coming up shortly. We got to adjust a couple little things, but we cover that all in the video here. So guys, thank you. We appreciate it. And keep on hustling. So guys, I'm here in the office at Flying Hammer, okay? These guys are kind enough to let us be down here and use some of their equipment and stuff like that to work on a new car for ourselves. They do a lot of cool work down here, a lot of custom work. They have a lot of equipment that makes it useful for us. But there's a couple things that we're looking for ourselves. We're going to be looking for a 4-post lift. And possibly if the big truck sells, our big truck and trailer sell, we'll be looking for a camper. So if we sell the house, the toter home, we're going to be looking for a camper in the area. We got a lead on one up in Ohio that we really like, but we can't really buy that until the truck and trailer sell just because, yeah, logistics, I guess you could say. Yeah. So guys, also down here at Flying Hammer, they do a lot of custom work. Like I said, a lot of stuff for like semis and stuff like that, custom bumpers, bunch of stuff. We'll include some of that stuff in some of the videos. And they're just kind enough to let us down here and use their shop. And I'm over here looking at some of the old data logs and stuff like that from the Homegrown Hustler after Maddy got the laptop hooked up to their monitor. And I could only, it's hard not to smile a little bit looking at some of these data logs. Don't get me wrong, mixed feelings, like 100%, like, sorry, 100% mixed feelings a little bit because we lost that car. But, man, maybe it's a good thing some people didn't know the potential of that car or see how well that car worked. A lot of the really good passes that car made never made it big on social media, and maybe that's a beneficial thing. Maybe that's why some of the people hate the Mustang as much as they do, because they don't Turbo John's Mustang that we threw together in a couple weeks. Maybe that's why they don't like the car as much, is because they don't see the potential in it. But a lot of the stuff that we do here in the small tire no prep stuff has a very large grudge aspect to it. Okay, so maybe it's a good thing that they think that they haven't seen the potential of the project. But we're going to be working on a new car here soon. The reason why we need the 4-post lift. And I could only hope that the new car works nearly as good as the Homegrown Hustler did. We never found the potential of that car. And that car was just like, oh, that's one of the hardest parts about losing that car, is never knowing how fast we could have actually gone with that. Because we did very little, we didn't do nearly enough testing, okay? So when you're racing, you can't afford to spin the tire. You can't afford to screw up. When you test, you can afford to screw up, right? Because like you find the limits of the car and you back it down a little bit and make some changes. When you're racing, you can't afford to screw up. So like you're pushing the threshold a little bit, but not nearly enough that like, oh, we went too far, right? We never really found that. We really never found that level in the Homegrown Hustler. But if we could find another 33 or 34 Dodge pickup truck, we'll be snagging another one of those. Like, bet your last penny. If we could find a cheap 33 to 34 Dodge pickup truck, you let us know, because I want it. If not, we're going to be starting on the project that we picked up. We got it cheap. We paid like $750 for the body, and it's a car that we actually previously owned, and I'm not going to tell you what car it is just yet. It's never been built. It's never been handled, and some of you guys that are new to the channel or new to the social media stuff have never seen this car, because like we got rid of it a couple years ago. 3 years ago or whatever it was. But we did own it for a short period of time, and we just recently picked it up a couple weeks ago. So it's very similar to like a 33, 34 Dodge. So we can start on that project. And if we find a Dodge body or pickup body, we're going to use that. But if we don't find a pickup body, we're using the other thing that we picked up. So guys, I appreciate y'all for liking and subscribing to the channel. Both the Hustlin' Horsepower channel and the Lady Gangster Racing channel will be starting on our Chevy 2 once we get a building to rent for a little while, and that's in the works. So I can't talk too much about it, but it's in the works. So what else? Yeah, we went out racing to Shady Side. I don't know where Maddy's going to put this video in with other ones, but we went racing at Shady Side. Cool track. It's probably in the top 10 bucket list tracks. Yellow Belly is probably in the top 3 down in Texas. George Ray's is up there, and a couple other really cool tracks are up there. We've been fortunate enough to race like some really cool outlaw tracks like KD Dragway in Southern Ohio, and then Lucky's Dragway in Erie, Pennsylvania, and a couple other little outlaw tracks that are like pretty cool, right? Like they're just cool. But there's definitely Twin Rivers is one that I want to race at, but I'm not sure I want to go fast at that place because I don't know. Some of these outlaw tracks are I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old or something like that. I don't want to go 165, 170 miles an hour on some of these tracks. You just don't want to do it. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm getting old. Or maybe I'm getting whatever you want to call it. But yeah. So we'll be working on that project soon. And we're hoping to have that car out testing in early July. So as far as the new car / Turbo John's car goes, this little project, we had a couple little issues. That's no joke. You all saw it on the Shady Side video. But when we were setting up the transmission, I forgot to tell them that with the electronic shifter, normally the car is, so a Turbo 400 is park, reverse, neutral, third, second, first, if it's a forward valve body, or park, reverse, neutral, first, second, third, if it's a reverse manual valve body. But we have a 2-speed 400, okay? So it's park, reverse, neutral, high, low, okay? Well, reverse and neutral are essentially the same because you got to hit the trans brake button to go in reverse. And if you don't know what a trans brake button is, the trans brake button basically locks it in forward and reverse at the same time. And then when you let go, boom, it goes forward. Okay? But when you're setting the transmission up, I always set it up, so I hold the transmission back, I turn the ignition on, pull it back in low, okay, so that the shifter's in low, and then you got to make sure it slides in and out in first, and then you put it in high gear, and you make sure it slides in and out in high, and then neutrals or reverse and neutral are essentially two of the same, and then park is park, okay? Now, this isn't with all cars, that's with our style of transmission, okay? So, unfortunately, I forgot to tell them that, and the shifter linkage was not fully in first and not fully in second, so it put some heat in the transmission and it turned it a different color. So I'm not sure where Maddy's going to fit this video into the other ones, but guys, like I said earlier in the video, we're looking for a 4-post lift in the area, possibly looking for a crew cab, ideally a 3500 dually pickup truck for Maddy, if the big truck sells, and we'll be looking for a camper if the big truck sells. But the big truck and trailer are up for sale. We just don't need them right now, and freeing up some money wouldn't be a bad thing. But if not, we'll make do. We always do. So it's not end of the world if the truck and trailer don't sell. I like the big truck and trailer. We spent years being able to get into a position so we could buy a truck and trailer so we could go traveling, and the traveling thing got in November kind of like it kind of pointless to go traveling without a race car. So at least a competitive race car. So this still costs way too much money to be able to go racing without a very competitive car. At least a car that you could expect or you can feel confident that you belong in the top 4 or top 8 cars on the property. Because top 8, if you're top 4 or top 8 cars on the property, you should find your way in the winner's circle a couple times a year. If you find yourself in the winner's circle a couple times a year, you're doing all right. So, guys, I appreciate y'all for following along. Maddy's going to include some other stuff in this video here, and she might even break up this little conversation for a little bit. So, guys, I'm sorry that I get a little bit, when I'm explaining things, it's a little bit difficult because without seeing your personal reaction or exactly knowing who I'm talking to in the video, it's you can't read off of someone, you know what I mean? So, like, personal interactions are a little bit easier, but when you're talking over the phone or essentially talking to a camera, talking to y'all through a camera, it's hard to know what your background is and what your knowledge base is. So we have people that follow it for the entertainment. We have people that follow it for the journey. We have people that follow it because they want to support us. We have people that follow it because the little bit of knowledge that I give here and there, and like little tips and techniques and so on and so forth. And some people probably just follow it hoping that we'll just fail. But hey, that's the internet for you. You can't take it too seriously. The cool thing about us is we'd do this stuff if no one cared. We'd do this stuff if the whole world watched us. Like, this is just what we do. And we've been doing it for a while. And when you do it a lot, you start figuring things out. So we're hoping to be able to include everything that we've learned between the Homegrown Hustler and the Dirty 30 into this new car. I think it's a good blend between the two cars, although I'd like to find a pickup truck. But I think it's got potential. Otherwise, we wouldn't be building it. So, guys, I appreciate it. We're going to include some stuff into this video here. Maybe some stuff from Shady Side. I don't exactly know. So, thanks for following the Hustlin' Horsepower channel and on the Facebook page and stuff like that. Thank you for following the Lady Gangster page. Maddy greatly appreciates it. There's possibly some really cool things going on with her coming up, but we'll have to see. And then, oh yeah, thanks for the people that purchased some merchandise and stuff like that, or reach out to us about some products. So, guys, it means a lot to us. We're going to get this Mustang together and make some licks on it, have some fun with it. But our main focus is this other car, and we'll get you on those videos here shortly. But we're really looking for a 4-post lift so we can really get into the meat and potatoes of that build. So thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Maybe here's some videos, or maybe there were some videos earlier. Thank you, guys.